What about when will we do experimental railroad then? Because that's one that I was.
Well, it will happen fairly soon, but it's more like we needed the research points because it will be a bigger boost. Like you have to, I guess, pick things that have the most effect as early on as possible, so that you can maximize the effect of them. You know, things like the population growth, like why medicine is so good to pick early on, because then you have more years of, you know, the population growth modifiers, which increases, you know, like if you get a population growth at, say, 1839, then you have what will be like 96 years or whatever with the population growth. But if you take it 10 years later, then you miss 10 years of that population growth. So it's trying to maximize.
Speaking of population growth, our population is rapidly decreasing.
Yeah, but that's mostly because we have gotten things like pandemic influenza and stuff like that. I forgot to mention it because I'm so used to, I don't know. I always assume that you get the same for some reason.
The thing is, I seem to get some events, but I'm not quite sure which.
Oh, that's we should keep that in mind going forward.
I think so, yeah, because I'm blind as a bat right now.
Well, you're always a bit blind.
Actually, the Navy, I increased the spending a little bit, at least, because...
Yeah, we're earning a hell of a lot of money.
Yeah.
It's mostly because our tariff efficiency has increased so much.
All right, yeah.
Speaking of efficiency, we should probably switch out which places get bureaucrats now.
The focuses?
Some, yeah, to try to make sure that... Wait, Bryansk, was it? And then, oh god, okay, wait, never mind. It's fine, it's fine. It got fixed. But yeah, our intellectuals are increasing slowly. Pretty much everything is increasing a bit. Our country administrative efficiency is now 65%, which is pretty decent. And it's going to increase even further going on. Hopefully. And I don't know, how many, like, do we still have any oh god, we have a lot of regions that are colonial provinces. I didn't even know this was a possibility, considering how many we're promoted to proper provinces. I hate the pandemic influenza. Like, at one time I thought, okay, so I'm gonna play as Serbia, you know, on my own playthroughs, and I'm gonna create Yugoslavia or something like that. And Serbia starts with, I think, 200,000 people in it or something like that. And I got, I think it was cholera, maybe 15 times within the first 5 years. So my population had declined to like 130,000 and was still declining, and I still got them. And I had, you know, like it was decreasing 2% every single month. I was like, oh god, I said, no, not possible.
We have been discredited in Wallachia.
Oh, I mean, I'm not surprised. I put both Moldavia and Wallachia to slowly increase our influence. You know, because the chance of the Ottoman Empire not falling out of great power status is very slim. So when they fall out, then, you know, we could try to jump on and
actually, yeah, how is the list looking right now? Oh, damn. We are second in the world. We are second in prestige and second in military. Do you know, without looking... Do you know which...
Oh, I was already...
Damn. You're always so fast with looking.
No, but you said... if we look at the list of nations, and I immediately started looking
we
at
as in, you know, we as in a... You know, as me as a monarch.
Oh, but I'm the monarch. You're just my advisor, who I sometimes...
Alright, yeah, but 107 in the world.
Oh, yeah, in the industrial power?
We are below countries like, or well, then again, Sweden has 145.
True, but I don't know why they are lower. I guess it's because they are lower in everything else, and they kind of need to have someone. When everything is on 0, I guess they need some other thing to sort. I think
it's funny that Belgium is such an industrial powerhouse always.
Well, I'm pretty sure that Belgium was like the second country in the world to industrialize after the United Kingdom.
Yeah, pretty much.
Like the first in mainland Europe to industrialize. Which is why like Flanders was so wealthy. Well, Flanders has always been wealthy, but why, you know, Belgium was I guess much richer than the Netherlands for a while there.
Yeah, for a while.
probably also explains why they didn't want to be part of the Netherlands.
Let's go into that debate more by... Yeah. Feels like there's always a bit of political controversy in these when you discuss history politics.
Well, it's always gonna be that. But what you gonna do? Okay, inspired nationalists. So we got 10% more liberals somewhere.
Where are the liberals? Damn.
I wonder when we will get, like, we don't have to deal with things like, you know, elections and stuff yet. Oh, we can increase our opinion in Moldavia, apparently, which basically means we can add them to Sphere. That's pretty cool.
By the way, if we were to say, if we were to talk a bit about like alliances and stuff like that, how do you think we should play that one out?
That is true. I mean, we don't have any big threats right now. Like, for example, if we played France, then we could assume that Prussia is going to attack us. Or if we play Austria, then we can assume that Prussia is going to attack us. Basically, if you're any nation near Prussia, except for us, then you can expect Prussia to attack you. But we don't really have any natural enemies
right now
immediately like that. I mean, we have Ottoman Empire will probably be the closest one that we would fight against. So I guess France would be a decent ally early on. But they are allied with Austria now, so... yeah.
But I think we should play it according to Hoyle or whatever it's called. Is that what you say? Play it according to Hoyle, or is it Coyle? I can't remember.
Who's Coyle?
Coyle, maybe. Okay, whatever.
Who is that guy?
I don't know.
Okay.
Because we can just sort of see how things develop and kind of pick a side later on, and then we can go Treebeard style and go, I am on nobody's side because nobody's on mine.
That's true, we could do that. That sounds like a good option. But we should probably try to stay a bit neutral right now and also turn our attention, I suppose, to Central Asia, because, you know, we have Kazakhstan there that we have to put.
We have a lot of internal politics as well to worry about.
Yeah, and we could also do things like add Persia to our country or Afghanistan.
Oh, right.
Like, I'm pretty sure that historically there was battles between Britain and Russia in Afghanistan and Persia, who with like what part should be under Britain's sphere or what part should be under Russia's sphere.
Yep. Ooh, our population is increasing again.
Yeah, like there's always some sort of pandemic influence in the beginning, at least for me. Every game. Right now, by the way, I don't know if I remember to mention that, but we are allied with Spain.
Oh, yeah, you didn't mention that.
No, I can't mention everything.
Spain.
The Circassian Rebellion. The Circassians have rose up again, seizing several cities and declaring an open rebellion with the intent of shaking off Russian rule. So apparently we have the options: put down the rebellion, or they're too tiresome to keep fighting. But we lost 25 prestige if we do the second one. So we are now again at war with Circassia.
Oh damn.
Which also means that a minor part of our army turned against us. If you see the battle at Krivoy Rog.
Right, so they were 30,000 originally? Or?
Yeah, because one of them were drafted from that area. But we can just send in the army to Adygal and it should be pretty much over immediately.
Yeah.
It's no big deal, it's just Circassia. But yes, we will industrialize later on when our literacy is high enough. Because when it's... Oh god! They spawned an army of 23,000.
Yeah, but we are in the defensive position. I think we're...
That is true. And they are still... no, they're a civilized nation now, suddenly. They could be my fault.
Oh. Well, the battle is going pretty well.
Yeah, don't think we need to send...
No, it's fine, it's fine.
I don't think. We do need to replace the guy who left... the 3,000 men who left the army in, well, Transnistria or whatever it's called. I'm gonna get him from Poltava. Just hussars from Poltava to Ukraine. With love.
Yeah, sounded like a title of something.
Oh, Abkhazia is sending 2,000 men to help us. Way to go, Abkhazia.
Ooh, the battle turned out to be surprisingly even.
Yeah, seemingly.
Ooh.
But they still have no chance.
Actually, yeah.
Are you sending more troops to the front?
Yes.
I thought we agreed that we didn't need to put any more troops in there.
Okay, well, yeah, but we don't need any more per se, but the ones that were already going there. Ooh, Baltic provinces.
And we have increased opinion in Wallachia. So we can add them to our sphere as well. So that the sphere is established.
Re-established.
Both Moldavia and Wallachia are now in our sphere again.
Hooray! Welcome aboard. Oh.
Increase the conscription level. Like that, has one of the following must be true. Have fascist dictatorship or have proletarian dictatorship. Wait, we didn't have either of them. Or have all the above. Oh. Political reform selected. Service by requirement. No, I don't think people will like that. Yeah. Yeah, no. I'm gonna do that. A bunch of people want access to our nation. I'm gonna accept all of them. We're also gonna see what war it is that they need access to. Conquest of Krakowian War. Oh, poor Krakow.
Ooh, there's a war going on our border between Prussia and Austria.
Oh, so did Prussia go into Krakow's... No, it's Prussian-Austria's brothers war happening at the same time. Oh,
without France, funnily enough. They didn't... Oh, they are not allied with Austria anymore. Interesting.
Well, maybe France backed out.
What's the...
Could happen.
What's the tip of the scale there? 100... No? Ooh.
And Circassia wants peace, so that war is over again.
274 brigades against 113. 14.
Apparently there's a lot of flavor events regarding Circassia. So the Circassian diaspora. Apparently it is... Oh god. This is basically like we massacred the population of Circassia. Culture is Circassian, or culture is Chechen. And then we have 4 options will happen. Either like from 90% of the population to 75% of the population will be reduced. So they will lose pretty much most of their population.
Oh well. Go.
Well, I guess you can... I'm sorry. I mean, Committee for Polish Independence? Whatever. And we also have the option to inherit Abkhazia, and I suppose we can do that. So now Abkhazia is part of our nation as well.
Ooh, hooray!
Hooray! And the Ural becomes a proper state of the nation. The future Soviet Union. And I mean, the first part of playing Russia is basically build armies, build armies, build armies. The worst part is when you go into big war, and then afterwards you have to build new armies because the other ones have died so much. You pretty much have to reform it completely.
They've died so much.
That is... They died so much. I guess we could also build the bigger ones, but I guess 30,000 men is a pretty decent size to begin with, I'd say. Except for when they die. Oh. Hold on. Okay, so we have to watch out for a few provinces in Minsk area.
Mm-hmm.
Where basically there's a bunch of swamps.
Yeah, I saw that too. Actually in the Chechenian
on the Discovery
area.
Channel.
There's also mafia and stuff like that there.
Yeah, machine politics and stuff like that.
What's machine politics again? Strength for strongest party.
Oh, so basically the strongest party becomes stronger. Idealism is soon completed, and the United Kingdom wants... everyone wants military access to our nation. I guess that makes sense. Also, this Swiss-Baden war, what the hell is that all about? Switzerland wants to cut Baden down to size.
Down to size.
Switzerland is on the offensive. What the hell?
Well, it's realistic. Okay, idealism is complete. What about experimental railroad now?
Well, it could take that, but okay. Let's discuss this. What would getting railroads benefit us right now?
Basically, to get ahead in eventually industrializing the country, because railroads are good for growth, right?
Well, it's good for. I guess you can move a bit faster, maybe, like the troops, but it's mostly for infrastructure, for
the industry,
like the factory for the industry.
But I mean, ideally we need to have the railroads before we manage the industry, right?
True, but I mean, we won't really build industry until we have 50% literacy.
Oh, okay.
So like 1870 or something. Like that.
Okay.
Because everything else would be like, sure, it would be basically for getting industrial power, but it would cost us so much to maintain because they wouldn't be efficient at all. So basically, whenever I try to play, one of these nations that start with very low literacy, like for example, when I started playing Spain, I didn't start to build industry until I reached like 50%. But when you get started, when you get the ball rolling, it goes pretty fast.
But shouldn't we at least have experimental railroad? I mean, I'm fine with not having like early railroad or anything like that, but just to get started with it.
Yes, but I mean, we kind of want, like, the thing is with experimental railroad, it goes off like, when you have increased your research points enough, it goes so fast to get experimental railroad like that technology that it can be held off a bit for now. But since we also have the 15% culture tech, research boost, so I think that it would be more beneficial to increase our education efficiency as much as possible while we can.
So
that's my logic, at least.
All right, functionalism.
Oh, and apparently Yakutsk is now a proper state in our nation as well. I mean, the East is pretty multi-ethnic places. Like here is Polish people and Russian and Yakut. I like that Polish people have been transferred over.
Siberian miner.
Yeah, it's like the Native American miner there in the United States. Oh, have you seen Oregon, by the way?
Oh, interesting. British Oregon.
I'm pretty sure that if we had kept, if we had kept, what's it called? Alaska. Yeah, we could have sold it to the United States or whatever highest bidder was. I think one time I saw Japan buying it or something like that. It's pretty good. Yeah, but we should make up, like, what's our future plan besides modernizing our nation, which we are well on our way doing, even if the literacy is moving at a snail's pace.
Well, politics-wise, I feel like, well, you allied with Spain a bit randomly, but other than that, I feel like,
well, they sent like, hey, do you want to?
I know, but it was still a bit random. Still, I feel like we should just try to keep an open mind so far. Just try to make our country as good as possible. Oh, there's a crisis.
South Madagascar. Both the United Kingdom and France wants South Madagascar.
So yeah, just focus on domestic stability and then, well, improvise according to what's going on in the world. But it would be nice to take advantage of the Ottoman Empire's general decline at some point, but also we need to just colonize our own. I mean, we have so many fronts that are interesting. That's the nice thing about playing Russia. We also have obviously the situation in Alaska. What's gonna happen there?
Yeah, that's also a beneficial part of having two players, because we can basically like, okay, you handle like everything leading up to the conquest of Central Asia, whatever, and I handle, I don't know, whatever. It could be the whole part about Manchuria as well. We should probably do that, because I think we can take like the coast of Manchuria. Also, by the way, I want to point out that we have a decision. Well, we can't take it yet, but it is a decision called systematic extermination.
What?
It basically creates concentration camps.
Where's that one?
So yeah, that's a thing.
Ooh, hang on. There we go. Systematic. Our national minorities become a problem. We have a solution for it. A final solution. What the?
Yeah, you won't find that really in unmodded because I think
one of the following must be true. Current government is reactionary, or current government is fascist, or current government is communist.
Yep. But we don't have... we have a conservative government, which thankfully is not into that kind of stuff yet.
Fuck. One of three options will happen. 33% chance that the Russian Empire gets concentration camps until 10 years, or 10 years into the future. No, 1 year.
Mm. And I like the three options, and there are like the difference of 6 months or something like that.
Return to the Third Rome. Interesting.
Oh,
That's,
it's
Moscow.
Moscow will become new. Yeah.
Glorious St. Petersburg, the city of Peter the Great, is uncomfortably close to the border. Perhaps it would be prudent to move our capital back to Moscow, the Pervoprestolnaya, which invading armies might find harder to reach. Yeah, it didn't make that much sense to make St. Petersburg the capital in the first place, but hey.
Well, I mean, like right now it makes a lot of sense because both Finland and the United Baltic provinces are basically Russia. Which is at this point, they are Russia. But it's more like if we lose both of them, then I think the case of moving St. Petersburg makes more sense. But I mean, since he wanted more contact with the West, I can say I can agree with Peter the Great that it makes sense to move the capital to somewhere that is closer to reach for people from France or Netherlands or United Kingdom, since they don't have to travel inlands.
Yeah, that's a good point.
And plus, he wanted access to the Baltic Sea. It's pretty hard to reach otherwise. So, how's the army going? That was the slowest building army ever, and I'm gonna increase the speed a bit. I mean, how is the population when it comes to ideology? Well, we have 22% liberals in the upper house, apparently. But I think that will increase more, like the amount of liberals, more more literacy we get. That has something to do with it.
Probably.
Intervention in Hungary. Oh, so we have apparently Hungary as this rebellion there now.
Look at Austria-Hungary. Chaos. Should we?
The Hungarians must be crushed, and we can declare war on Hungary and everything like that, and basically help Austria, and we gain 5 prestige from it. Or let the Austrians deal with them, which doesn't give us any... It gives a bunch of modifiers that I can't understand, basically. So, should we help Austria, or should we not?
Wasn't there more benefits from helping Hungary? No?
No.
More benefits from helping
not.
Austria. Okay.
Yeah, but because the reason is that the Hungarian Revolution in Austria sets a dangerous precedent. There are far too many minorities in the Russian Empire who might look to the Hungarians as an inspiration.
That is true.
And who would rise up as well if we do not set a firm...
That is true. We should probably help the Austrians then.
Yeah, and it also said, no matter our relation with the Austrian government, we must consider intervention against the Hungarian rebels or possibly face similar uprisings.
That's pretty smart. Pretty smart.
Yeah, they're not stupid. Well, I guess that... Because when I played my Austria thing, and this event happened, I was like, okay, let's have some fun and play Hungary. And yeah, the Russians invaded too. It was pretty terrible. There's no way for Hungary to survive that unless you're extremely lucky. I guess you could like pretty much set up the situation. Like if you build only armies from Hungary, then you get all the Hungarian soldiers. So if Austria's entire army was made up of Hungarians at the time of the war, then you get all Austria's army if you switch to Hungary.